Hey, Kentucky. Some bet on Quaintance to be Kentucky's best. But in the end, the most important thing will be Brandon Garrison. Did you know? See what's new for the Wildcats right now. In the vibrant and competitive landscape of American college basketball, few stories have captured the attention of analysts and fans like the news surrounding Kentucky basketball at the start of the season. The NCAA's most successful program, with a legacy built on tradition, excellence, and a relentless winning mentality, is about to embark on a new journey under Coach Mark Pope. And at the center of attention is Brandon Garrison, a player who has gradually established himself as a key player for the Wildcats in their quest for national glory. The confirmed absence of Jaden Quaintance for the first few months of the 2025-26 season, still recovering from ACL surgery, places a huge responsibility on Garrison's shoulders, not only because of the weight of replacing a talented center, but also because of the need to lead a team full of rising stars and promising names in need of balance on the court. John Rothstein, a renowned CBS sports expert, emphatically highlighted Garrison as the most important player for Kentucky this preseason. And it's not hard to see why. Brandon Garrison, now in his second year under Mark Pope's tutelage, has already shown clear signs of improvement in his first season. With solid averages of 5.9 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 1.9 assists, he has proven to be more than just a complement to the roster. His ability to contribute in multiple aspects of the game, whether through energetic dunks, clever passes, or impactful defense, has caught the attention of fans and experts alike. Memorable performances, like his 13 points and 6 rebounds against Troy in the NCAA tournament, or his impressive 4 blocks against Oklahoma, showed that Garrison has the DNA of a player capable of deciding games in crucial moments. But what truly intrigues observers is the young center's still untapped potential. Mark Pope, known for implementing a system based on quick reads and decision-making, has stated that players tend to make a significant leap in their second season under his philosophy. This prediction seems to gain traction when observing Garrison's development during the offseason. According to Pope, Garrison's hard work and dedication in recent weeks have been remarkable, especially in terms of ball security. He led the team in assists to turnovers during summer workouts with an impressive 2-to-1 ratio, a figure that reflects growing maturity and confidence. The challenging schedule that awaits Kentucky only reinforces Garrison's importance. Matchups against Purdue, Georgetown, Michigan State, North Carolina, Gonzaga, and Indiana will require elite performances from the start of the season. Without Quaintance available to take over at the 5 position, it's up to Garrison to ensure Kentucky maintains its dominant identity in the paint. And based on his recent performances, there's reason for optimism. His 50.9% shooting from the field and his unexpected ability to hit three-pointers, making 12 of his 40 attempts last year, indicate he could be a versatile offensive threat. Furthermore, Garrison will have the opportunity to learn and compete alongside other emerging talents on the roster. Alabama transfer Muhaim Diabate and Croatian forward Andrija Jelavic bring experience and technical skills that could alleviate some of the pressure on the young center. Meanwhile, Malachi Moreno, a 7-foot, 1 freshman, represents the next generation of prospects who could benefit from the leadership and consistency Garrison is beginning to demonstrate. Replacing Amari Williams, whose historic performance last season included a triple-double and impressive numbers in rebounding and assists, is another monumental task. However, Mark Pope seems confident that Garrison is on track to fill that void. His tireless work ethic and visible growth in recent weeks suggest the center is ready to embrace the challenge. If he can replicate or even surpass Williams' contributions, Kentucky will have a compelling case to rank among the best teams in the country again. It's impossible to ignore the crucial role Brandon Garrison will play this season. His development will not only determine Kentucky's immediate success, but also serve as a litmus test for how the team will respond. Kentucky basketball's non-conference schedule has been rife with drama and anticipation this season. And it's no exaggeration to say that the BBN is facing one of its most exciting seasons in recent years. After a long wait, the return of college basketball puts Mark Pope and his Wildcats in the spotlight, buoyed by the concrete hope that this group has the quality to contend for the national title. There's talent, depth, and above all, a renewed energy in Lexington, something the fans have been longing to experience again. The challenge, however, won't come without obstacles. Center Jaden Quaintance, considered by many to be one of the best prospects in the country and tipped to be a top pick in the next NBA draft, will be sidelined for much of these non-conference matches while recovering from a serious knee injury. His absence is a blow, but it also opens up space for Pope to test his rotation, strengthen the confidence of young players, and reveal potential options that could be decisive when the March games arrive. The fate of an elite season, after all, is often shaped by how a team responds to adversity. That's precisely why each non-conference game on this schedule takes on almost symbolic importance. The goal is clear: to be among the top 3 seeds in the NCAA tournament. To achieve this, Kentucky cannot afford to stumble in its most important matches. And 3 of these matchups, in particular, carry a competitive and emotional charge that goes far beyond the simple scoreline. The first of these is against Louisville, a historic rivalry that needs no introduction. The presence of Pat Kelsey reviving the Cardinals adds more spice to the November 11th clash at the KFC Yum Center. Without Quaintance, it will be Brandon Garrison's turn to take center stage and prove he can lead the Wildcats in a hostile atmosphere. Losing to their biggest rival means giving up a symbol of pride that Kentucky fans won't compromise. A win, on the other hand, would reaffirm Pope's authority early in the campaign and demonstrate that the team doesn't rely on a single player to prevail. Next up, the matchup against Gonzaga in Nashville promises to be a test of fire. The Bulldogs maintain their tradition of a competitive program and have, in Graham Ike, a center capable of causing problems for any defense. The challenge increases with the likely absence of Quaintance, but there's one detail that works in the Wildcats' favor: the fans. Nashville is too close to Lexington to be untouched by BBN. The atmosphere should transform into a near extension of Rupp Arena, and this support could be decisive in a matchup that always attracts national attention. The third key game is against North Carolina, this time at home, inside Rupp Arena. The SEC/ACC Challenge is not only a prestigious television event, but also an opportunity to assert themselves. Defeating the Tar Heels would not only add a significant victory to their resume, but also reinforce Kentucky's image as a force to be reckoned with in any NCAA tournament bracket. There's also an element of unspoken rivalry. Facing the team that secured the signature of Caleb Wilson, a recruit who chose UNC over the Wildcats, will give Pope's players extra motivation to leave the court with a victory. Looking at these schedules, it's clear that Kentucky's path this season will be marked by intense tests in the first few months. But this is precisely the scenario Mark Pope seems to desire: big games, tense environments, situations in which the group must find collective solutions. It's in these circumstances that a team forges its identity. Quaintance's temporary absence shouldn't be seen simply as a setback, but as an opportunity for other talents to prove themselves capable of shouldering the responsibility. Brandon Garrison, perimeter players hungry to prove their worth, and Pope's tactical discipline will all be put to the test. The coach, who inherited the difficult mission of returning Kentucky to elite status, now has the chance to show that he's building a resilient, competitive program ready for the big stage. The non-conference, therefore, isn't just about victories. It's about storytelling, about building confidence, and about sending a clear message to the country. Kentucky is once again a giant willing to fight for what has always been its rightful place, a leading role in college basketball. Let's move forward. Known for his charisma, unwavering passion for the game, and a personality that often transcends the four lines of the court, Pope also reveals a disciplinarian side that few would predict at first glance. And this facet was recently exposed by none other than Amari Williams, a former Wildcats player and now Boston Celtics rookie, in a live Twitch broadcast. The story shared by Williams is illustrative and full of details that clearly illustrate how Pope manages his team. After arriving late for a practice, something that apparently doesn't sit well with the coach, the team was subjected to intense physical punishment, consecutive sprints, known as 17ths, exercises that test the player's physical and mental limits. Williams' account is particularly impactful because it reveals not only Pope's strictness, but also his methodical and direct approach to holding his players accountable. After practice, he says, "Side of the line," Williams recounted, describing the scene with a tone that mixes respect and exhaustion. "We were thinking about doing 17. Man, 17 in a row. Like, one after the other, a minute apart. Everyone was sprinting the first one because we thought it was just one. After that, nobody could do it." According to Williams, Pope reduced the number of sprints to 11 or 12 simply because he had to catch a flight to recruit new talent. It was at that moment that the then player realized that certain things simply weren't going to fly with the coach. This anecdote, while it may seem extreme to some, reflects a leadership philosophy that goes beyond tactics and game strategy. In today's college basketball landscape, dominated by transfer portal culture and the constant movement of players between programs, building a cohesive and lasting identity has become a monumental challenge. In this context, Pope seems to understand that strict discipline, combined with his warm and motivational approach, is essential to creating an environment where athletes feel accountable to each other and the team as a whole. The episode narrated by Williams also highlights another crucial aspect: Pope's competitive mindset. He demands excellence not only on the court, but also off it. Arriving late to practice, for example, is seen as a violation of basic standards of commitment and professionalism. And by imposing severe physical punishments, Pope sends a clear message. At Kentucky, small mistakes can have big consequences. This approach, while harsh, seems to work, especially when considering the development of players like Amari Williams, who is now poised to excel in the NBA. It's interesting to note how Pope balances this rigor with a spirit of empathy and faith. He's not just a coach who punishes. He's someone who walks alongside his players, guiding them both on and off the court. This balance is crucial to maintaining the respect and trust of his players, especially in an environment where the pressure to win is constant. As Williams said, certain things won't work out under Pope's leadership, but that doesn't mean he's inflexible or unfair. On the contrary, his actions are geared toward molding better men and athletes. Williams' story serves as a reminder that success in college basketball isn't just about talent or strategy. It's about character building, accountability, and teamwork. And under Mark Pope's leadership, Kentucky basketball appears to be on a path where these values are prioritized as much as individual victories and achievements. Leave your comments. Envy your feedback. Payne's later race. Historico. Salvas.